Types of triangles. We will be learning how to classify based on a triangle's sides and a triangle's angles to find out what kind of triangle it is. You should have this page in front of you. At the top, it should say November number corner, coordinate grids, because this is the whole theme. You need to know how to classify triangles in order to do number corner this month. At the top, please write your name and the date. Let's read the directions together. Fill in the chart using the video classifying triangles. That's this video. All triangles have 3 straight sides, 3 vertices, sometimes called corners, and 3 angles. If a triangle doesn't have all 3 of these straight sides, they can't be curvy, 3 vertices, 3 corners, and 3 angles, then it's not a triangle if it doesn't have all 3 of those. The other thing you need to know is that all triangles have angles that add up to 180 degrees. So each of these angles, this one plus this one plus this one, if we add them up, it always equals 180 degrees. Pause the video, write that if you need to. Now we are going to define the word classify, because that's what we're doing today, is classifying. To classify means to put things into groups, so we're putting things into groups that have the same characteristics. So write that down. Below we're going to put them into groups, acute, right, obtuse, based on what the triangle looks like. We want to put things that look the same together. Triangles can be classified by angles and side length. So they can be classified based on the number of degrees in the angle and the length of each side. So pause the video, make sure you have all of that written. Then we're going to find out the properties and examples of different ways that we can classify triangles based on angles. So this whole part is about angles. Okay, the first thing we need to know is what properties are. So a property is things that each of the triangles have. So in an acute triangle, all 3 angles are less than 90 degrees. All of the angles are less than 90 degrees. So when we make an acute triangle, each of the degrees, this one might be 60 degrees, this one is 60 degrees, and this one is 60 degrees. So when we learned up at the top that all triangles have angles that add up to 180. So if I add 60 plus 60 plus 60, I should get 180. Here's another triangle. You need to be drawing these also. Let's say this one is 80 degrees, and this one is 80 degrees, and this one is 20 degrees. All 3 of these are less than 90 degrees. All 3 of these are less than 90 degrees. So that makes them acute triangles. Moving on to the next one, right triangle. A right triangle has one angle that equals 90 degrees because 90 degrees is the same as a right angle. So a right triangle has to have a right angle in it. The other two angles are acute angles. So a right triangle always looks like an L. This is where our 90-degree angle is, and a lot of times they put the little box there so that you know that it's a 90-degree angle. So this one might be 90, this one's 45, and this one might be 45. So we have one 90-degree angle right here and two acute angles that are less than 90 degrees. Less than 90 degrees. Let's try another one. Here's my right angle. And then I'm going to connect these two. So maybe this one is 90 degrees. We know that. Maybe this one's 30 and this one's 60. Alright, so we have one 90-degree angle. Check. And two acute angles. This is less than 90 degrees and this is less than 90 degrees. So we have right triangles. Now let's do obtuse triangles. An obtuse angle has more than 90 degrees. So in an obtuse triangle, one angle is more than 90 degrees. So I circled obtuse and I wrote more than 90 degrees. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees and an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. Pause the video, make sure you have all that written down. The other thing that we need to know about obtuse angles is that when one of the angles is more than 90 degrees, the other two angles are acute angles. So we're going to make an obtuse angle. And then here's our obtuse angle. We'll say this one is 105 degrees. Then we'll have two acute angles. So this one might be 25 and this one is 50 degrees. We have one angle that is obtuse and two that are acute. Let's try making another obtuse angle. So we make our obtuse angle. And this is more than a right angle. Alright, we'll say this one is 100 degrees. And then our other two are 40 and 40 degrees. So we look at it, we say one is more than 90. Yes. The other two are acute, they're less than 90. Yes. Alright, now it's time to look at triangles based on side lengths. It's important that you understand that a triangle can be based on angles, and that same triangle can also be based on side lengths or classified by side lengths. So this part is completely separate from the angle part. Alright, side lengths. An equilateral triangle. Equilateral sounds like equal. So an equilateral triangle has 3 equal side lengths. So the sides are all exactly the same length. Okay? They're all exactly the same length. The other thing an equilateral triangle has is all the angles are 60 degrees exactly. because the equilateral triangles always look like this. Because they're the exact same shape, the angles are the exact same also. So 60, 60, and 60 degrees. And the equilateral triangle has 3 lines of symmetry. There's a line of symmetry here. There's a line of symmetry here. And there's a line of symmetry here. So they all can be split 3 different ways. Make sure you have that picture drawn. Then pause the video, write that down. Now we will move on to isosceles triangles. Isosceles triangles. An isosceles triangle only has 2 sides that are the same length. It has 2 equal side lengths. So look at my picture. 2 of these sides are going to be the exact same length. And I drew them in the same color. An isosceles triangle also has 2 equal angles. So because these 2 are the same size, that means our third side is a different length. But these 2 angles are the exact same. So there's 2 equal angles. So perhaps this one is 70 degrees, and since this one's the exact same, it's also 70 degrees, which means that our top one will be 40 degrees. So we can see these 2 are the exact same. And isosceles triangles also only have 1 line of symmetry. Can you tell where the line of symmetry is going to be? Right here. 1 line of symmetry. Pause the video, get that all done, then unpause it, and we will go on to scalene triangles. A scalene triangle has 3 different side lengths. So one may be this long, one may be really long, and the other one may be this long. They're all different lengths. In a scalene triangle, the angles are not equal. There are 3 different angle measures. So perhaps one is 110 degrees, one is 20 degrees, and one is 50 degrees. It's possible. Okay, they're all different angles, all different lengths of sides. And the last thing about scalene triangles is that there is no line of symmetry. Finish filling out this worksheet and you're finished.